Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, October 3rd, 2019. If you are watching the VOD on YouTube, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can follow me on Twitter at OtakuShowboat and visit my website at otakushowboat.com. You can help support my continued existence at patreon.com/Patreon. Patreon.com/Patreon. Wonderful. Patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. Excuse me. What a way to begin the first day of a new game. Today, of course, we will be playing Morrowind. Morrowind will be on Thursdays going forward, so do bear that in mind. The Thursday streams will be the Morrowind playthrough until further notice, and further notice will be something may change come November 15th, slash the first weekend after November 15th, in that week or two after that, for the release of a specific pair of games that are coming out then. But yeah, so we're going to be playing Morrowind today. Fresh start. This will replace my older series on YouTube. I'm not going to delete or remove that older series until this one is finished. So if you are watching that older series and would like to catch up or finish it, feel free to do so quickly until I finish this one. Now, I will note that the older series does not include the main playthrough of the expansion content, the main storylines of the expansion content, although it is a complete playthrough of the main quest of the base game. We're going to try to complete the content in this particular playthrough today. But first, our question of the day. I ask a question of the day at the beginning of every stream. Today, it is, when did you discover Morrowind? I suppose it should be when and how did you discover Morrowind as a game? For me, it was, I think, 2003. So Todor is saying that they found it in a PC magazine. I was in a video rental store, a local video rental store that I think technically still exists. And I was a kid with my dad in this video rental store we were going to rent me a game. And I was just staring at the Xbox section trying to figure out what the heck I wanted to play, and it was suggested by an employee at a video store to play this game called Morrowind. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it to the point where we actually bought it. I had gotten a copy of the Game of the Year edition for Christmas. I, in fact, technically own as well the guide for the original, like the original Morrowind guide, and the Game of the Year edition guide. So I have both of those things technically sitting around. I don't actually have the physical guide handy with me. It's sitting across the way, but yeah, I do have that, and Morrowind remains my number one choice in the Elder Scrolls series, despite some of its weaknesses. So I want to make note of a few general things before we actually begin playing today. First off, I have a patron now on Patreon. So thank you so very much to the person who chose not to take the reward tier for the video end screen, despite providing more than enough to be on the video end screens, so I will take that as them wanting to remain anonymous, so they shall stay anonymous for now. But thank you so very much to that person. They have more than beat the initial goal for the Patreon page. So the initial goal was, if I hit it, I would remove ads from my website. So I have done so. So my website, which hosts, at this point, primarily my written tutorials for another game, for Factorio, specifically for Pyanodon's mods for Factorio, they no longer have any ads on them. So rejoice, the generosity of this one person has removed advertising from my website for everyone. And as long as it stays above $15 per month through Patreon, the ads will remain gone. So, yay! Celebration. Celebration for that. Also, a second Twitch subscriber has happened. Someone new, has decided to become a Twitch subscriber through Prime. This one is Mustela Vision, from what I can tell, is the name of this person. So thank you for the support, for becoming a subscriber when I was not streaming at some time earlier this morning. Thank you so much for that support. I am now one more step closer towards the next emote. And of course, all of the support that I am getting at this point in time is going to go directly into my little goal here. So this goal through Streamlabs only includes direct tips through Streamlabs. It doesn't update to take into account any other outside support, but I will definitely be using all of that outside support for the better lighting setup, because on Friday, September 13th of this year, one of my lights literally blew out, and I am currently saving up to improve the lighting setup completely, and it is not cheap. Not particularly cheap to do that. So anyway, with that, I think it is time to get into it. Now, I will make note of one other thing here. Because this will be a weekly stream, I am probably, as in I will most likely, break up this stream into several videos that I will release throughout the week. Several shorter videos to release throughout the week as well. How this will be released on YouTube. Of course, the videos will be in higher quality than the actual stream itself, so you can, of course, look forward to that. So if you are watching on YouTube, do bear in mind that there may be the occasional abrupt ending to videos, and that is simply because this is recorded live on Thursdays on Twitch. So if you would like to watch live, of course, head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat to leave a follow so that you can show up and get your reminders for every Thursday. On Sundays and Tuesdays, I play Factorio with the Pyanodon's mods suite at the moment. So let's get switched over now to this screen so that I can actually load up the game. I am, of course, playing with the OpenMW engine. And I'm realizing that the sounds on the game might be a little bit low as we begin here. I will make sure to adjust this higher. Think that should be okay. I keep the music a bit low. That should be good on the thingy. Is this going to be a vanilla playthrough? I have a list of mods on my stream schedule page linked below. There are a couple, like, there's no major content changes. This is close to vanilla, but it's not quite. The biggest change is the natural character growth mod. That is by far the biggest gameplay change of what I'm using. But just really quickly here, going into my actual list, I have a number of fixes. I have the patch for purists. I've got the official plugins, the unofficial Morrowind official plugins patched, merged ESP on this. So all of that should be here. Yeah, see, this music is... I know that the opening track really builds up and gets pretty loud. It's... let's see here. Let me see. So it's better bodies, underwear version, better heads, the natural character growth that I will use without decay, the speechcraft rebalance mod, the speed and stamina mod, and purist friendly magicka regen mod. Those are the primary gameplay changers. The only other flat out gameplay changer would be a mod I made for myself, which gives Creeper additional gold. That is the only other thing. So natural character growth, speechcraft rebalance, speed and stamina, purist friendly magicka regen, and then the increased gold for Creeper that I made as a mod for myself. There are lots of mods that give Creeper and the Mudcrab Merchant a lot of gold. And I think I may have changed him to accept more item types. I forget. I did that mod a very, very, very long time ago for myself, just to, just because the base merchant mechanics are terrible. There are mods for that, but I didn't want to go too far overboard for this. So starting off with the HD opening sequence that I have also added. So this is a mod in and of itself that plays this opening video full screen. Just be sure to let me know how the sound settings are for this as the voice happens now.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison. First by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Any fall but one remains.
Wake up.
Did you see the
Right
person?
here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up.
And here we go.
Stand up.
Fresh
There you
campaign slash
You were
playthrough
dreaming.
shall begin now.
What's your name?
I do have... Actually, I have to tab out. I do have a build in mind going into this. So, natural character growth. The way that this mod will work is that this mod adjusts slash increases your attributes as you increase your skill levels. So every skill has 4 attributes. That is including luck as the 4th. So really 3 attributes that they affect. And there is a primary, secondary, and tertiary with different weights as to how they're used. I am, of course, this person.
Well, Not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard
So,
them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure
the
best
level
coming.
up mechanic itself has been completely removed. You will naturally level up
Quiet.
over time
comes the
as
guard.
your skills
This
increase.
is where you get off. Come with me.
In the vanilla mechanic, you have major and minor skills. The major and minor skills are the only skills that contribute towards your current level and will contribute multipliers that you can use when you level up
This is where they want you.
to increase your base attributes.
You finally arrived, but our
And
records don't show
would
us
lead
when.
this would lead to odd, interesting ways to actually play optimally that ultimately that aren't that particularly fun. Because it sort of makes it so that you play the same way every time. You have to start the game with a very, very specific set of starting skills to take every attribute into account to maximize your multipliers, and it gets really complicated really fast. Natural character growth pretty much does away with all of that. You can start however you want, level up whatever skills you want, and you will continue to progress at a pretty set rate as you go along. And it is balanced so that increasing a skill that is a very high level already provides more towards your attribute bonuses than leveling up a low level skill, but it's also easier to level up lower level skills, so you have to weigh doing several lower level skill level ups versus fewer higher level skill level ups versus what types of attributes you want. So it actually has its own set of dynamics there that can be really interesting. We are, however, today going to start as a female Dark Elf. Now, why did I choose female Dark Elf for this particular playthrough? Why am I choosing female Dark Elf? Because I like the initial bonuses on Dark Elves, and I'm choosing female very specifically for one very, very specific main quest reason. It makes one specific aspect of the main quest a little bit easier.
Great.
Plus, there's
I'm sure you'll fit right in.
one
Follow me up to the office and I'll
interaction
finish
that
your release.
is interesting on the route between Vivek and Pelagiad.
Ah, yes, we've been expecting you.
Because yes, there
You'll
are
have to be
differences between
recorded before
genders
you're
in
officially
Morrowind.
released.
There's also like
There
some
are a few ways we can
attribute,
do this, and the
starting
choice
attribute
is
differences between
yours.
males and females. I am, of course, going to fill out these forms myself. I don't really have a good name for this. I just called it Craftsman, and you'll see why I call this Craftsman. We're going to specialize in stealth. The specialty will increase the starting level of all of these skills. Let's see. And then we are going to go with personality and endurance. Now, if you are someone who plays optimally, you're going to see personality and be like, what? You should pick, like, agility and, like, speed and all that. Like, no. Endurance is a really good choice because that does affect your maximum, your starting health. It affects your health normally, and endurance usually affects your health gain per level. So the higher your base endurance at level 1, the more health that you usually get throughout the game. Now, this scales a little bit differently, thanks to the natural growth mod. But I like endurance. I like endurance. I am going to do personality though, because the way I play this game, I very, very much avoid crime like the plague, despite how we're going to start this playthrough. You shall see. Let's just say that I prefer avoiding getting caught. Let's put it that way. I like to avoid getting caught, although this intro sequence is going to be the key exception to that. Now, our major skills, of course, speechcraft Speechcraft Shortblade. Remember that as a Dark Elf, we get a bonus to Shortblade. Security, I don't like locks. Light armor, rather than heavy. And sneak. And then for the minor skills, of course, I want to have blunt weapon in here. Now, no matter what, I have always preferred having in my majors / minors at least short blade and blunt weapon for a very specific main quest reason. For a very specific main quest reason, I have always preferred starting with higher values of short blade and blunt, even though they don't actually come into play for a very long time. Mercantilism. And then alchemy. We shall see if I even use alchemy during this playthrough. I've never really been too keen on it. Destruction and enchant. So, yeah, I'm calling myself a craftsman, even though I'm not like... I don't have the repair skill, but I do have enchant and alchemy, so I can consider myself at least that type of a craftsman, right? So let's go. Let's do this.
Good. The letter that preceded, you mentioned you were born
And
under a
the
certain
sign. What is going to be the sign? Now, you may have noticed I picked endurance and personality. So, you probably could have already guessed that I will get even more endurance and personality by picking the lady.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
The lady has always been my favorite go-to as a birth sign, because I just cannot pass up a total of plus 50 attribute points. Like, you can't pass that up. It's too good. It's way too good to pass that up. And then starting at 75 personality, people will love me. And then that's the other reason for picking Dark Elf. The vast majority of the population on Vardenfell in this game is Dark Elf. And the way that the personality mechanic works is that for every NPC who is the same race as you, they get a bonus to how they treat you. And everyone else doesn't get that bonus. In fact, if you choose, say, an orc, you're going to have a hard time because there really aren't that many orcs around in the game. And so you will be missing out on the opportunities that the extra personality, that the extra opinion of you will give. Yeah, fantasy realism, who knew? Yeah, racism. Yeah. Yes, there is racism in the land of Morrowind. There is plenty of racism going around. / favoritism, I would say. I would say it's more closer to favoritism, but, yeah, if you know anything about the High Elves, yeah, racism. Yeah, racism. So we're going to have pretty decent starting stats. Shortblade will start at 45. Let's see. Destruction will start at 25. We'll start with a fire spell, as well as have access to a 50-point sanctuary for 60 seconds. I am probably not going to be using any of that at all, but we do get this 75% fire resist, which is pretty nice. I really do enjoy fire resist. Unfortunately, in Morrowind, with Bretons, it's not like in Skyrim, where magic resist applies across the board to everything. No, in Morrowind, magic resist refers to, like, non-elemental magic, very specifically. It doesn't actually help you resist the elemental spells. So, if you are ever tempted by the Bretons' inherent resistance to magic, know that it doesn't actually apply to fire, shock, and frost at all. So let's see here. 20 mercantile, that's fine. 35 sneak is fine. Light armor 40, that'll keep us protected with a bit of a higher armor value at the start of the game, and then 45 is really nice on the short blade. That means that we will only be missing about half the time, ideally. Alright, we have stats
Show
menu
your
now.
papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Take this, get our inventory, and if you didn't know by now, step 1 to starting the game. Did you know that if you are in your pause menu, you can pick things up and drop them? I just learned this 2 days ago. You don't have to be live to steal something. You can be in the menu. Now, I am going to get caught on purpose here because in this little tutorial intro sequence, you don't get charged. They'll take away all your stuff, though. But you won't get charged with a crime. Always shut doors behind you. Always be courteous and shut doors behind you. Now, normally, what I would do is I would come in here and I would steal literally all the things. We're not going to do that. Yet. We're going to go outside, we're going to take the ring. We're going to drop the platter. And we're going to go into the Census and Excise
Your
office.
papers, please.
Other building. Your papers, please. And I'm going to come around here. And I'm going to grab this warehouse key and throw it on the floor. Yes, 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 I know. Goodbye. Keeping all the things. Can grab the key. It is now ours. Can go back outside. Can grab the platter. Can grab all of this. And now we can go back and steal everything. How to easily get the key. Also, I was going to search for a mod that defaults to take all. So, what you can do in the window once you spacebar into the basket, hit tab and then spacebar to take all. I wish it would default to take all, but it doesn't. Don't have to worry about getting caught for crimes here. Did you explain why you value endurance? Starting health, generally, is why I value endurance so much. I value endurance because it affects your starting health, and in the vanilla mechanics, it impacts your health gain per level, which means that the higher your starting endurance, the more health you gain every time you level up. But natural character growth sort of changes that, although it still does affect your health, and I like health. I like all the health. And since you just got back, you probably just missed me stealing the warehouse key and losing nothing. Because you can do this. Did you know you can do this? You can basically pause the game around you and just take things while in that paused state. Which means if you don't steal anything going up into the second building, you can freely just take the key. So the key is on the shelf. You can go up behind the dude, take the key and drop it on the ground, get the crime reported and talk to the dude, and then just pick up the key again because it's now yours. After that, it's fun. I just learned that 2 days ago. I just learned that you can actually pick stuff up while paused. Like, it makes sense, because I've always known that you could drop stuff while paused. It never occurred to me to pick stuff up while paused. Of course, also tab to take all. Tab and spacebar to take all. Where is my short blade? Short blade, wherefore art thou? Did I pick up the short blade? No, of course I didn't. There it is. So yeah, I took the limeware platter first. I took the platter, I came over here, I went outside, I dropped the platter, grabbed the ring, because you have to grab the ring before you can move on. Came in here,
Ah, welcome. What may I
came
do?
in here, opened up the menu, grabbed the key and placed it on the floor. Like, grabbed the key, placed it on the floor, let the dude catch me, and then just pick the key up again. Like, I had been trying to figure that out for a long time, how to actually get that key. And it's so simple. Alright, natural character growth and decay. How would you like your attributes to go? Standard. How quickly would you like it to decay? Off. Is this a new game? This is a new game. I am now level 2. And I have...
How may I help you?
I have attributes leveled up. So, it will adjust to your starting values for natural character growth. So this is our actual starting stats now. 34 strength, 44 intelligence, 37 willpower, 59 agility, 56 speed, 63 endurance, 82 personality, and 47 luck. That is the starting attributes. Pretty low on strength. I might want to get a blunt weapon and start leveling up that for some strength. Because that's carry weight. But yeah, so 193 fatigue is also pretty good. 89 starting health. 89 health. That's a far cry from the 40 that it was. You there. Have your ring. Yes, cheesy! Cheesy. You give me your topic.
Go ahead.
So I'm not going directly into the warehouse to steal all the things yet, because I'm a little weighed down as it stands. So let's get rid of all this crap in my inventory. That's weighing me down, so I can get additional things that weigh me down. Generally speaking, I will sell all of my random alchemical ingredients, unless I know that I need them for quests. If I was going to Telvanni, I would keep that slowed soap, but I'm not. This starting build, I think, is better for Halalu than anything else. That's how most of my games end up being, by the way, is straight up wonderful Halalu builds. So I have the most experience with them. We are going to take the chitin armor set here. This slurping sound invoked memories. Oh, you mean the bubbles? That sound, yeah. The sound of the potions. Let's see. What do you have? I need marshmallow. Heather would be a good cork bulb root. I want your silver short sword and some hammers to repair it. I'll take your lockpicks and your robes. Probably not all of those lockpicks, though. Let's see, I think I'm good. I can take some scrolls now. I will take the Drotha's Winter Guest. I will take the 40 to 60 open. I will take the Argent Glow. Or I will not take the Argent Glow, excuse me, that one's really expensive. I will take, probably nothing else for now. I will pick those up, but not right now. Total sold 330. Let's kick that up to 60. There we go. I don't know off the top of my head how to properly math the bartering system, but that is fine for now. Do I want any of these? This would give me a Fortify attribute that I could use, but I don't need that now. Just know that if I wanted to pick up for use for spell making or for enchanting much later, I could pick up this here to get the Fortify attribute effect and be able to apply that to any constant effect enhance enchantments later. Is there a... Yes, there's Fireball that is on target. I'm going to take this on target. That is a strong heal. I might not be able to cast that now. That's a spark on target. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to cast Hearth Heal right now.
I can
To
spare
what
a
do
few
I owe the
moments.
pleasure, Dunmer?
Alright, let's head up. Talk to this dude. Find the hiding place. I shall do it.
What's this all about?
I shall
What
do the
do
thing.
you want, Outlander?
I shall equip my stuff. Hey, I leveled up my armorer skill.